My mornings used to start with a jolt. The first thing I'd reach for was my phone, bringing a rush of emails, a spike of stress, and a wave of anxiety before my feet even hit the floor. My days were a blur of notifications, my nights were restless, and I was completely fried. So I tried something different. For 30 days, I swapped my chaotic routine for 5 simple habits inspired by Japanese culture practices known to foster longevity and inner peace. The results were more profound than I ever imagined. I'm going to share the 5 habits that didn't just change my month, they changed my life. And I'll show you how they can start changing yours, too. For centuries, Japan has been admired for one of the world's highest life expectancies, which is now nearly 85 years. This isn't a fluke. It's the result of a culture rooted in balance and mindfulness. But here's what's interesting. These aren't massive, life-altering overhauls. They're small, simple adjustments woven into daily life. I was skeptical. Could a few small habits really undo my always-on lifestyle? I gave myself 30 days to find out. I'm going to walk you through each habit, how I fit it into my hectic schedule, and the incredible differences I felt. The first habit is Shinrin-yoku, which translates to forest bathing. While connecting with nature has deep roots in Japanese culture, this specific practice was officially named in the 1980s as a response to a national rise in burnout. It's not about intense exercise. It's the simple, meditative act of immersing yourself in nature through all your senses. The science is compelling. Studies show it can significantly lower cortisol, your body's main stress hormone, reduce your pulse rate, and boost your immune system. My journey started with a small promise: 15 minutes outside each day, no phone. At first, it felt unproductive. My mind raced with my to-do list, but I stuck with it. By the end of the first week, something clicked. Instead of worrying, I started noticing the sound of the wind, the texture of tree bark, and the sunlight through the leaves. That 15-minute walk became my non-negotiable reset button. The low-grade anxiety that was the background music to my life began to fade. This small habit proved you don't need a huge forest for Shinrin-yoku. A local park or even a tree-lined street can be your sanctuary. The second habit is a principle from Okinawa, an island famous for its large population of centenarians. It's called Hara-Hachi-Bu, a teaching that encourages you to eat until you're about 80% full. This isn't a restrictive diet. It's a practice of mindful moderation. The logic is simple. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to signal to your brain that it is full. In our fast-paced world, we often eat so quickly we blow right past the 80% mark. This habit of overeating can strain our digestive system, and by practicing Hara-Hachi-Bu, many Okinawans have historically maintained a lower BMI and enjoyed remarkably low rates of heart disease. This was, without a doubt, the hardest habit for me. Stopping at 80% left me feeling psychologically unsatisfied, even though I wasn't hungry. To make it work, I started using smaller plates and made a real effort to eat more slowly, pausing to check in with myself. After about a week, the payoff was huge. Those afternoon energy crashes that used to wipe me out? Gone. I felt lighter and more in tune with what my body actually needed. The third habit I brought into my life is soji, which means cleaning. But in traditions like Zen Buddhism, seji isn't a chore. It's a form of mindfulness. The idea is that by caring for your environment, you are also polishing your mind, clearing out clutter both outside and in. This isn't about deep cleaning for hours. It's about building small, daily acts of tidying into your routine with your full attention. My experiment with Saji started with one rule: 15 minutes every morning to tidy my desk and kitchen. As I wiped down a counter or organized my desk, I focused only on what I was doing, the feeling of the cloth, the sound of papers stacking, the sight of a clear surface. At first my mind fought it, but soon the ritual became a small pocket of peace. Waking up to create order instead of waking up to chaos had a surprisingly deep effect. It taught me you don't have to meditate on a cushion to find peace. You can find it in the simple, deliberate act of washing a single dish. The fourth habit is Kaizen, a Japanese philosophy that means continuous improvement or change for the better. It became famous as a business strategy at companies like Toyota, but works just as well for personal growth. The idea is to make tiny, incremental changes that add up over time. Instead of an overwhelming transformation overnight, you just focus on getting 1% better every day. This approach is effective because it helps you sidestep the fear that big goals can trigger. A popular Kaizen technique is the 1-minute principle. Commit to doing something for just 60 seconds. You make the start so easy, it feels impossible to say no. I applied Kaizen to a goal I'd been procrastinating on for years, writing a book. My goal for the first week was to just open a document and write one sentence. Pretty soon, one sentence turned into a paragraph. After a couple of weeks, I was writing for 15 minutes a day without friction. By the end of my 30-day experiment, I had written an entire chapter. Kaizen taught me that consistency is so much more powerful than intensity. The final habit ties everything together. Ikigai. The word roughly translates to a reason for being, or a reason to get up in the morning. It's often described as the meeting point of 4 elements: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. In Japanese culture, finding your ikigai is considered a cornerstone of a long and happy life. Research has found a strong correlation between having a sense of ikigai and a lower risk of mortality and greater well-being. But unlike the other habits, ikigai isn't something you do, it's something you discover. For me, the first 4 habits were what cleared the path to even begin thinking about my ikigai. 30 days ago, my life was a frantic sprint. I was running on empty, fueled by caffeine and anxiety. Today, things feel different. My mornings start with a calm walk, not a screen. My meals are moments of nourishment, not just refueling stops. My home feels more like a sanctuary. And most importantly, I feel a renewed sense of purpose. These 5 ideas, Shinrin Yoku, Hara Hachibu, Saji, Kaizen, and Ikigai worked together in a way I never expected. They taught me that real change doesn't have to come from a radical overhaul. It comes from small, gentle, consistent actions, and from treating your body, mind, and daily life with a little more intention. This 30-day experiment was one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, and it all started with one small step. If you're feeling burnt out and ready for a change, I really hope you'll try incorporating just one of these habits into your own life. Which of these 5 resonates with you the most? Is it the quiet calm of Shinrin Yoku, the mindful moderation of Hara Hachibu, or the unstoppable momentum of Kaizen? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear which one you think you'll try first. And if you found this journey helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.